Hello, Taurus. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Taurus is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. It is totally free. It doesn't cost you anything. And if there's anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Taurus, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And a Four of Pentacles. This is a very solid way to begin, right? I think that you are someone focused on this kind of stability, right? This kind of has a very kind of Taurus feeling for me. I think that you are working on strengthening your position, right? You're working on solidifying your foundation, building something from the ground up that's going to last. Right. Well, let's put this into some context. You're doing it with love. There's the Two of Cups. Oh, a Six of Cups. Princess of Swords, the Death energy, interesting. The Magician energy. I wonder if this is maybe not a business or something. I kind of at first thought, a business or you're building a house kind of thing. I think you're building a home, right? There's the Tower energy. Six of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Whoops. Oh, I took it out. We're going to have to use it. And an Ace of Wands. Very interesting here, especially with this tower down here, right? Especially with this tower down here. Let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, and then we will go through each of these cards one by one and two by two and all of them together and whatever else. Oh, see, cards are just coming out all over the place. Mystery card is going to be this one, and we're not going to look at it. We're going to put little Bob Ross right on top, and he can keep an eye on that one. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? But it will tie everything together. It will give us the confirmation that we need. If at any point during the reading you feel like you might know what that is, just go ahead and put your prediction down in the comments, right? You don't have to be certain. Just kind of whatever comes to you, right? Let's do it as a collective group exercise in intuition. All right. But first, let's take a look. This card also came tumbling out of the pack as I was shuffling for the mystery card. It's an Ace of Cups. So we have already a couple of bonus cards, right? Ace of Wands, Ace of Cups. You really are beginning something. You're doing something in your life that has this intense kind of personal, creative, passionate meaning for you. But then it's also something I think that's meant to nourish and heal others, right? I kind of feel like you're building a family here, right? I feel like you're building a family, and this could be a business still. It could literally be your family. It could be, it could be a career, a work thing, could be a charity, could be a community organization. Whatever you're doing with your life, I feel like is bringing people together, is helping to heal people, but it's still this intensely creative thing for you. And that makes it quite interesting. And I think that's why we've got the Four of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. You're building something that is full of love, right? Full of love. You're creating some kind of a, I was going to say a shelter for people, but it doesn't feel like a shelter. It feels like a home. Like I said, it's not that you're building a house. You're not building a place to store things or people. It's a home. It's a place where people can feel love, where people can heal, right? This is very good. And I kind of wonder if this is something that you are just kind of stumbling into. I don't even know that this was something you were expecting. We got this Princess of Swords back here. It's kind of like this opportunity just showed up and you said, well, yeah, I'll do it. Kind of the reluctant builder here. And it could be a situation, gosh, this chair is getting really squeaky. One of these days, I got to get a better chair. This one is very uncomfortable. But speaking of uncomfortable, I feel like this opportunity is challenging you. The Princess of Swords here. You're having to adapt to a situation that you're not used to. You're having to learn skills as you go, you know? And I think you're finding a real passion in this, and I think you're going to find a real joy. Ace of Cups, Ace of Wands, right? The unexpected cards that fell out of the deck, the unexpected benefits of what you're doing. You thought maybe you were just, for I don't know why, but I went ahead and agreed to this thing. Well, now you're finding that it's intensely meaningful to you. This is a big win across the board. The unexpected benefits, right? The creativity, the leadership, the inspiration, and the love, the joy, the sense of purpose, right? The sense of healing, the sense of belonging. And I think you're learning as you go. This is the student. This is the master, right? So I think not only are you building something, we have a lot of cards here about that. We got the Tower even, which to me suggests rebuilding something, healing people that have been through trauma, perhaps, right? I got some, the Tower, I'm going to jump around a little bit. The Tower, it feels to me like you're someone who can take, you can take something that's kind of, what do they say, been through the ringer, right? Been through a challenging kind of life, and you can see the potential. You may even be someone before, maybe you are someone who like restores furniture, right? Or repurposes, like an old table. You'll sand it down. You'll give it some paint or some stain. You'll add stuff to it. I don't know what people do. But you restore it into a work of art almost. And I feel like that is a deeper spiritual gift that you have of seeing the beauty and the potential in things where others can't see it. To me, that's the Tower. That's the revelation. That's the truth and the light of this thing, is your ability to see the potential in people too, right? You can see their value. You can see their worth. You can see their passion. Yeah. You're putting together your own little family of misfits here, and I love it. I love it. And I think, again, it began as just something that you were maybe asked to do, something that you just kind of stumbled into. Don't really know much about the ins and outs of it, but by the end of the day, you're going to be a master. You're going to be the master magician here, the master mason, right? This is good for you just on a kind of technical, intellectual level, right? Going from the student to the master, the apprentice to the master here. Going from just learning the skills, gaining the knowledge, to really having the wisdom. Yeah, maybe this is something that you've already done. We see that death card at the top here. This is showing a really major transformation in you, and it kind of is like a life arc. Right, going from kind of the old days, the immaturity, the resistance, the rebellion, kind of, right? Transformation, transforming into the master mason magician, the wisdom of this card. Right, I think this is really paramount. This is a deep spiritual experience for you. And it feels to me like this is part of your overarching life path, right? That this is part of a really a larger spiritual evolution for you. And you're discovering that this just happens to be a very good place to do this kind of spiritual work. But you didn't really expect it. There's a lot of unexpected gifts from this thing that you just kind of agreed to do. It's an obligation. Maybe you just accepted a role somewhere and you didn't think it was going to really be that fulfilling, or it was going to, I don't know, you had some sort of thoughts about it, but it's so much more than you expected. So much more. Giving you this Six of Cups even, this sense of community, this sense of love and connection. You know? The sense here, this is the feeling in you that kind of makes you want to cry, you know? That you're doing something so beautiful. Right? Even just like the business side of it, you know, is whatever, but this is something that's really making you feel connected. It really feels like you found your place. You know, you may really be like a pillar of the community, right? No pun with the Tower card here. I feel like you're finding your place, you're finding your people. You're building this home in a very unexpected place. It feels very good to me. We're going to switch over to the Path of the Serpent now and talk about some of these cards. And as I do this, I'd like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything, right? And leave some comments for me. I really do enjoy hearing about where all of you are watching from. Right? Lately, more and more people have been just kind of announcing what part of the world they're watching from. And I'm realizing that this channel, the community here, really spans the entire globe. And that's fascinating to me. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. Now, we've got this Tower energy. And this really, to me, again, is the feeling of restoration. You know, it's the feeling that we kind of, we can see who we are. We can see what this situation is. We can see what other people are underneath all of the, you know, what might be, you know, we could call like a rough exterior, right? You can see the truth. You can see the vision and the passion and the love. You can see the soul in people, right? And I can't help but having this feeling of healing and restoration. In some way, inspiring others, helping others, yeah, but inspiring others to become the best version of themselves, to discover their own truth, their own light, and to become that. You know, this may have started as just some kind of part-time job, little volunteer thing, someone asked you to do them a favor. Now it's becoming, through these unexpected benefits, it's becoming this purpose-driven endeavor. Yeah. And look, we even have, this is just, everything comes together so beautifully in this, in really unexpected ways for you. And I'm going to keep saying that. 2 and 4, 6. We have 6 here. We have a 6 here. Right? This is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. This 4 of Pentacles by itself would have just been a job, right? Would have just been an obligation. Would have been something that you had to go do during the day, your day job kind of thing. Add a little bit of that water energy in. But suddenly now we have community. We have purpose. We have connection, right? So what you're doing is you're helping to heal not only individuals, you're helping to heal the world, the environment. See, this 6 of Pentacles is material success. It's in the position of the environment. I mean, maybe it is restoring furniture. I don't know. Maybe you're someone that retrofits, you know, buildings or bridges or something. Because we've got this idea here with the Tower of tearing down, but then we've got the 6 of Pentacles, which is restoring something to its pristine beauty. Right? Maybe you restore classic cars, you know. Maybe you have already this kind of desire and passion in your life, but now you're applying it somewhere else, you see. You're applying it to people now rather than classic cars, you know. Very nice, very lovely energy. Everything seems that it's coming together in these very unexpected ways. Okay. Now, what do we have? The last 2 cards here. We got the Queen of Pentacles. And I think really the Queen of Pentacles is now this enlightenment that you're receiving, because I think you're understanding how to take all these skills that you used to know, and even with the Princess of of Swords, the things that you already knew. Now you're being kind of dropped into this new situation. You've got to kind of adapt and learn new skills. But what you're learning is that you already kind of know. That now we're applying this kind of classic car restoration. Now you're able to apply that to new situations. So you're understanding the deeper wisdom in your skills, right? It's not just, well, you know how to, it's I'm trying to look for the right analogy. Once you learn how to change a light bulb, you can pretty much change them all out, right? Because you understand a very practical wisdom. You understand how it works. So you can restore classic cars. Well, now let's kind of look in a different direction. How do we apply that to ourselves? How do we apply that to people? How do we apply that to relationships? See, this isn't about you just taking someone who's like kind of rough around the edges and you're just like a stylist or something, right? Just making them look pretty. If you do, maybe you could give me a call. I need some help. No, I think that what you're doing is restoring relationships. It's about that community. It's about seeing the potential in people and how, I don't know, maybe it's something to do with recovery. Maybe it is some sort of emotional or mental rehabilitation, physical rehabilitation. It could be any of these things. I don't really know. But now we end with this Libra energy. This is the Justice or Adjustment card. It's sort of telling me that you're making a career out of this thing, that you're making this like your mission in life, that now there's a commitment to this thing beyond just this. Maybe you volunteered, maybe you agreed to do it. It was a favor for a friend. Now this is kind of, you're taking this up as your mission, as your purpose in life, because it has that Ace of Wands. It has that Ace of Cups. You've realized these unexpected benefits, the joy, the passion, how this is a way for you to really do something meaningful, right? This is really wonderful. I don't think I've had a reading like this before. I want to look at the mystery card. But before we do that, what I kind of want to do is an I Ching reading. And maybe it's not a good time for an I Ching reading. Maybe a hexagram wouldn't really. I don't feel like there's a decision on your mind. I don't feel like you're confused about anything. I feel like you are discovering who you are. You're discovering your purpose in life. Yeah. And maybe we'll get some sort of confirmation of that. 8, seeking union. Well, if that isn't on the nose, I don't know what is, right? Seeking union, seeking connection, fixing the relationships, restoring relationships, right? Seeking union, good fortune. At the origin of oracle consultation, from the source, ever-flowing constancy, no mistake. Not at rest, coming on all sides, for the latecomer, pitfall. For the latecomer, pitfall. So I wonder if this is an idea of, hey, don't, and I want to point out too that we don't have any swords cards here. Well, except for the princess, and this is the beginning of things. We want to consult the oracle, receive our response, and go forward, right? So when you receive these unexpected benefits, when you have this realization, don't start questioning it. Don't start asking again, don't start doubting this, right? You don't want to come late to the party. We don't want to see this and then still kind of lag and delay and wait and not acknowledge this and not go forward with this. You're getting this kind of confirmation, this sense of certainty within you, and you have to go for it. Seeking union. We don't want to miss the boat, right? You are searching for connection and belonging. Right, that's community. That's what we've been talking about. Creating a new world out of relationships. Following energy flowing from source. From source, right? From the Ace. You can make the right choices while using self-examination to avoid mistakes. Beware of increased demands made of you, adding stress. Try not to procrastinate and miss the connection. Where do you belong? Is it a good fit? And do you choose to join? Well, that's just it. The boat's here. Are you getting on this boat? And maybe that's kind of the end here with this adjustment or the justice card here. Making the choice. Is this kind of part of your life's mission? Are you accepting this task? Are you getting on the boat? Right? And we don't want to delay too long. If you sit here and try to make up your mind, the boat's just going to leave without you. You're going to have to trust in the impulse here. Yeah. Very interesting. The I Ching never lets us down. We're going to now check out this mystery card. And let's see what Tiny Bob Ross has for us today. I always want to see another 6, right? But I don't know. I think I'm just gonna be surprised. I don't know what this could be. But if you have a prediction, put your answer down in the comments, right? Just top of your head. What do you think it is? I think Wheel of Fortune. But let's see. Let's take a look. It might be the Hierophant too. The Taurus power card. No, it's the 2. Yeah, so I think that this really is echoing the I Ching. Do you choose to join? Right? Because here with the 2 of Swords, it says that there's kind of a choice. You can either do it or not. You can either accept this as your life's purpose now or just, kind of go back to what you're doing before. It's not an intellectual decision. The 2 of Swords says, put your intellect down. What do you feel? What does your intuition tell you? Fire and water. This is intuition. This is the spiritual sight. This is that sense of purpose. Those 2, that is intuition, not the 2 swords, right? Because the 2 swords will fight day and night, 24/7, 365, never stop. The boat will be long gone by the time you make up your mind. So it's not about making up your mind. It's about following your heart, following your passion. Right, following that intuition. Very, very interesting energy for you, Taurus. I'm happy that we did this bonus reading for you for December. This could be life-changing here. Really could be. And we're going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around, click on the link that is either above or below in the video description. All right. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings, not just Taurus, but for every sign. I'm here every day from 6 to 8 a.m. Chicago time. Come back and see me again tomorrow. All right, what the heck? I'll be here. There's plenty of room. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Totally free. Doesn't cost you anything. Leave some comments for me. Kind of give a shout out to where you're from, where you're watching from. I didn't realize we had so many international viewers. I love that so much. I'm so impressed by our community here. And even everybody who's here in the U.S., it just feels like you're my neighbors, I love that. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.